matchup, but then at the end of the first game, for UCLA.
Arizona had that one dynamic spurt, but you're right, it's been a real spurt kind of game. The last 6 minutes, Arizona didn't score a field goal. And you talk about Damon Stoudemire, he was 1 for 6 from the three-point line. And they're really an outstanding shooting three-point team, but they have struggled. Defense has been the game. However, look for a spurt by Arizona. This baby is far from over. They're too good of a basketball team, and certainly the shooting ability of Stoudemire is excellent.
Yeah, this is a team that has had to come from behind this year on more than one occasion. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Bruins on a break.
There's Bailey with the little jump shot, but we're going to watch the missed shot come off. There's Stoudemire with the rebound. Look at the great vision now, Barry, and he's going to find Joe Blair running at 45-degree angle. There's the catch, and there's the jam. And then UCLA in transition. We're going to see Stoudemire right here. Going to take the little jumper, but now the missed shot. O'Bannon with the rebound. Kicks it out, number 31. And there's the transition. Dollar kicks it out to Edney, and Edney does a great job of finalizing. He was only 3 for 3, but did a great job of getting the ball to other people. I think the key stat is right here. We're going to look here at that 3 for 12. We blank that baby out. We get it right up here. 3 for 12 from three-point land. They're shooting 40% as a team, and in the first half, they shoot 25%. I even figure 3 for 12, that's 1 for 4.
I think it's interesting, too. Lute Olson felt that they had to jam it inside. They only got 10 points down in the paint. Here is the comparison at the point guard position, each having a pretty good first half.
Yeah, they had a really fair half. Certainly, both guys have really controlled the tempo of the game. Stoudemire with 9 points, did not shoot well. As I said, he was 1 for 6 from three-point range, but he's so streaky and so explosive.
So we start the second half, and there you see the last 6 minutes, and Arizona has just done absolutely nothing offensively.
I think you can see Arizona make things happen in transition. Look at Ben Davis to get a little bit more involved, especially on the glass, rebound and feed a fast break.
Edney with a 3 that misses. UCLA starts the second half with Toby Bailey. He was very productive in the first half.
I think that's a good decision.
Jimmy Herrick dancing with what brung him. They go low to high to low. And a rejection by O'Bannon. Davis fights to get it back.
Davis is one of the real Windex cleaners in basketball. I mean, he really is a dominant rebounder.
He's another one of those guys, very much like Ray O's, as we take another look at this.
They get the ball in deep to him. There's the little jump hook inside. But now, look, nobody checks him out. Zedek doesn't put a body. And he's a good, strong offensive rebounder.
I'm sorry to say, he's a lot like Ray O's in the sense that one of those guys you never really see, and at the end of the game, he's got 15 points and 8 or 9 rebounds.
Right, nothing done really spectacular, just solid. Over at Oak Hill Academy, we had an alumni day yesterday in that game, North Carolina, Virginia. Corey Alexander, Jerry Stackhouse, Jeff McGinnis.
You know, it's interesting you talk about Corey Alexander. Damon Stoudemire wouldn't be here were it not for Corey Alexander.
Yeah, Corey didn't say yes, so Stoudemire said yes, and then Virginia had to battle Michigan for Alexander. Little full court pressure. Going to the 2-1-2 press.
Pretty tough to press this team.
Exactly. They get into the gaps. That's a great look. What a clinic in attacking.
And the finish by Charles O'Bannon.
What an excellent job of going diagonal, moving the ball.
Ray Owens draws a crowd and offensive.
Mark Presley with the call. Lute Olson certainly not happy with that call. He says, wait a minute, this is McHale Center. There's the ball going to go down inside to O's. He catches it down in the box. Now he's going to spin. Ooh, little acting job. Little acting job. Hollywood style. Well, he's down there in Beverly Hills area.
I didn't know about that stuff.
See, Stoudemire really has to work defensively tonight. So that could really hurt him offensively when you got to really extend yourself, as he does here trying to check Edney.
What a grab. Very few fouls in the first half. Only 11 fouls combined in the first half.
David Libby with the call down inside. Libby working the final 4. They hold Zedek. They really wanted Mikalik. Mikalik is playing now for Iowa State. They got a solid club up there in the Big 8. But they ended up getting Zedek.
Zedek is a guy who's just improved in quantum leaps every year that he's been at UCLA.
Ooh, got to watch out. This is an illegal screen by Zedek on Stoudemire. Not a lot of move. You set that screen, you got to be stationary. See, here's where UCLA, I think, struggles a little bit. As soon as they got to go to a 5-on-5 situation, half court. at all to their half-court game.
At the other end, Dickerson.
Dickerson is an open court player. He's a transition player. Remember the name. It's Dickerson, a big-time scorer out of high school, averaged 31 a game. He's got 6. Arizona has picked it up defensively. They have picked it up defensively.
Stoudemire steps in front, but stepped on the sideline.
David Libby right on the play. These are the 2 heavyweights in the Pac-10. We can talk about everybody else. There's Stoudemire playing the passing lane. Comes up with the ball. Now watch. He'll touch the line. Oh, yeah, he's out of bounds. Stoudemire trying to take away the penetration of Edmonds.
O'Bannon put it on the floor. Rejection by Blair, but he got him with the body.
Ball is on Arizona. Number 22, Ray Owes, his third personal, 13 foul.
Well, they got Ray Owes, not Blair. I'm sorry.
It was Ed O'Bannon to the goal. There comes the help over. O'Bannon's got an excellent first step. He really has that quick first step. 3 on Owes. That's a lot of experience now sitting next to Lute Olson.
Third foul all here in the second half.
That's a tough assignment trying to check that O'Bannon. Came out of high school. I did the All-American game that he played in with Grant Hill, Sean Bradley. They had a bunch of superstars, Damon Bailey. I thought he was the best high school player in America when I watched him in high school.
And then when he tore that knee up, I mean, he really tore it up. Reconstructive surgery of the worst kind.
We've had so many players now come back from that injury. Like you said years ago, that didn't happen.
Got a foul from behind.
Arizona trying to establish Davis down inside in that low post, Barry.
Foul is on UCLA, 31. Ed O'Bannon, his first personal, second.
That was their idea going into this ball game, but I thought it was interesting that UCLA outscored them 18-10 on the block.
Lute Olson is furious. He can't believe he's not.
Stoudemire missed the long 3. Good hands by Edmonds.
Davis kept it alive, but then he came up with the loose ball. Try to set a back screen. Zedek does a lot of screening.
Charles O'Bannon jumped out, tried the 3, wouldn't go.
See, I think UCLA's got to make a few extra passes in their half-court game. Get a little bit more ball movement, a little more player movement.
Still a 9-point UCLA lead.
The difference right there, when Stoudemire penetrated last year and kicked it out to the wing, Khalid Reeves was able to convert it.
3-second call.
3-second lane violation. Ball goes over to UCLA.
They won their last 12 games here by a margin of 21.9. Arizona, very tough on this floor, 112-3. And they'll last for 115 games.
Running into a buzzsaw tonight, though.
I'll tell you, UCLA gets a win here. You get a win on a road at this place. That is a major, major leg up on the opposition in the conference.
Another tough shot by Ed O'Bannon, an off-balance 3. Stoudemire at the other end misses. And here come the Bruins once more. Edney will wait for help. I beg your pardon. Another quick shot. Bailey got it back underneath. The follow is up and missed once more. And finally, the Wildcats score. Now they got the numbers.
Now that's where Stoudemire excels.
Dickerson from behind. O'Bannon swats it out of bounds.
Now the 2 O'Bannon brothers are really active. Are they active? They love playing with each other, too. 2 great kids. There's the pass. Dickerson. Here comes O'Bannon. Charlie comes over from the weak side, the left hand. Take another look at it. And there's O'Bannon. The left hand makes that block possible.
Well, this is a team that is not used to being down 9 points in its own house 4 minutes into the second half.
They haven't been down on this floor
Not much.
too often.
Mentioned earlier, they were down 11 to Stanford. Right, that was at Stanford's.
Exactly. They're trying to play Davis and Blair together now, the 2 big guys.
Edney is hammered on his way to the hoop. Joseph Blair got him.
There aren't many guys quicker to the basket than Tyus Edney. Once he throws it in a high gear, he kicks that baby down. He is so explosive. down, working inside, pops the ball loose, then he comes up with it. Sidney and David Stoudemire played together on the USA Goodwill Games team.
Got to be very good friends. They've known each other since high school, even though Stoudemire went to high school in Portland and Edney went to high school in Southern California. But they've been friends for all that length of time. Played some all-star games together.
Real fierce competitors. Damon's got that tattoo on his left arm. Damon.
I was kidding him about that. When he first came to Arizona, there wasn't room for Damon. All it said was damn. 15:58 remaining in the ball game. UCLA leads it by 10.
State Farm.
McLean had 38, but it was Derek Martin inside of 5 seconds that put the nail in the coffin of the Wildcats.
The funny part about it, he almost went to Arizona. Lute Olson really wanted him. And that was that big win. Lute Olson, that was the year he didn't win the Pac-10. He's won 6 of the last 7. But 92, UCLA won it, went to the Final 8. They were blown out by the Hoosiers of Indiana. And everybody started screaming for Jimmy Ehret's neck. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, not good enough. Final 8? Are you kidding? Joseph Blair, nice move.
He's got excellent post moves. They got to get the ball into him. He's really a lot more active tonight, Barry. I think he's been motivated by sitting on the pond. He doesn't want to be all Pine City.
Wasn't too happy about it when it happened, but right now Lute says he's got a good rotation. Everybody's getting along, and this team is in sync, and a tough rebound right there.
Big-time rebound, a bad shot by Zedek.
Blair lost it, got it back nicely for Gary.
They were so explosive with Kellett Reeves at the other guard slot.
That's an impossible shot.
That's a bad shot, but he gets it. It goes down. Good scorers get breaks. They are back. The crowd is back. They're rocking. They're rolling. This is Tucson, baby. McCall Center.
Been a long dry spell for Damon Stoudemire. He's got 11, but quite a gap between 9 and 11.
Especially coming off that 45-point game. There's Damon Stoudemire. Going to shoot the little jumper. Digger Phelps used to shoot like that when he played at Ryder, one of those cupcakes. He played down at Ryder. He used to hit it off the glass all the time. I'm telling you, Mike, he did it. Mike played at Syracuse.
One of those small schools, right?
He played at the Newhouse School.
At the Newhouse School, right? That's the farm team for Sports Center, isn't it? Dias Edney for the basket for the Bruins. 8-point lead, UCLA. Arizona having trouble backing up baskets here.
Star players know how to make the big play.
There's one right there.
Ray Owes is a star. He's an unsung hero. He's been such a key to the success of Arizona. Zedek tries to step out, lay some screens. And he says, my show tonight. Gonna shake and bake. He wants to take Damon one-on-one.
Gustafsson tries the 3, and Bailey gets right into the link of the rebound.
Is Bailey a positive player, Barry?
Playing great tonight. Ed O'Bannon, long 3, misses.
Not a good shot. Look at Bailey with the long rebound. There's a foul. Gary with the foul. Not a smart play right there by Reggie.
Fouls on Arizona 44.
That was a hammer shot.
For Gary, his first personal 16 foul.
Look at a pained look on his face. UCLA 2 for 11 in the second half. Arizona 4 for 7. UCLA 2 for 11 because they're shooting too quickly in a half-court game. That's a great shot. I mean, he's an unbelievable one-on-one player with a great first step. He's one of the Super 6 seniors.
Stoudemire with a quick 3 at the other end. Zedek can't hold on to the rebound, but Ed O'Bannon does.
You got to let Stoudemire keep shooting the rock. You can't hold him back. Sometimes you'll live and die in that situation, Barry. Control, rhythm, timing, so important to a half-court game. You make the extra pass. Don't stand and watch. That's a nice look inside.
Henderson couldn't finish. Tough time finishing in the second half. Here come the Wildcats. 3-on-2. Stoudemire, lead for O's, faces up.
Great decision. He made a great decision. He knows O's the kind of guy that can make that 14, 15-footer, and he looks opposite and kicks it out to O's. Very heady player. What I like about David Stoudemire, he's all business. He wants to win.
6 points has been as close as Arizona could get here in the second half, however.
They're doing a great job of forcing UCLA to play a half-court game, and they get one ball that time with the right hand.
That's another bad shot that's good. Corey Williams throws.
Williams can shoot the three now. He's made 8 of his last 13.
Dickerson missed the standing three, but right there, somebody forgot about Corey Williams.
Bad shot by Henderson. Shot selection so important. A lot of young kids don't know the definition of a good shot. This guy's got so much dribble, shake and bake, pizzazz, wheel and deal.
Got a foul away from the ball.
Even though they're down 6 right now, I smell an Arizona run. I smell an Arizona run right now because UCLA to me is a little bit out of sync in their offensive game.
Absolutely agree with you. Shooting very quickly as they have the whole ball game. But I think most coaches will tell you, yeah, we'll take the cheap basket, but if the cheap basket's not there, we're going to back it out a little bit. Well, UCLA does half of that.
I think that's a dilemma with young kids. You come out of high school, you make the transition to the collegiate level, you have a tough time understanding a good shot. This guy's Marcus Johnson's son right there, Chris Johnson, had an injury, missed a lot of time early in the year. They say he's very unique in that he can score inside, even though he's not what you would call a big player at 6'4".
Wide body. Everybody tells me Marcus looked exactly like his son coming out of high school.
Marcus was so magnificent. You talk about the player of the year.
Having to fight for minutes on this talented UCLA team, however.
Johnson from out of Crenshaw High School where his dad went. John Williams went there as well.
Tremaine Folks now at California, leading scorer.
Tremaine Folks doing a great job for Todd Bozeman.
Jump shot, the hook actually by Davis, misses.
I like the activity of that old family. And they're just great kids. You talk to them, you meet their mom and dad, and you know why. Just a beautiful family, the O'Bannons. See, here's where you got to make something happen. With Edney on the sideline, you got to kick it up a notch.
I think they got Chris Johnson for a push away from the ball. When Chris Johnson pushes, you've been pushed. 11:43 remaining in the ball game. Wildcats with the ball, trailing the Bruins by 6.
Come out on the floor.
He's right now going to be in denial on this man here, and he's going to give help into the lane. Watch him right now. Arias gets a feel for Zeta. Now see how he's going to help in the lane defensively? Now he creates a transition opportunity because they come up with a loose ball, they kick it out to Stoudemire, and here he goes, up and away. Freeze it! Now right here, he's going to kick the ball out here. He knows the defense is here. He goes opposite, and O's is going to dump it in for the little jumper. There he is, kicks it back out. Mr. O's says, thank you, Damon.
It's kind of the way you draw it up, isn't it?
That's it, when you got a guy like Stoudemire, he can draw it up. Both guys come out of the lineup at the same time, Stoudemire and Edney.
Williams for 3. Got it!
He can shoot the three. As I said a little bit earlier, he's 8 for 13 in the last few days. Corey Williams from out of Batavia, Illinois, and they flash those threes. They love the trifecta.
Corey Williams with 5, none bigger than that one. Travel. Arizona ball down 3.
UCLA can't sit Edney much longer. This can get away. Arizona has the advantage. Even with Stoudemire out of the lineup, I believe that Edney is so important to their half-court game. Jimmy Harris cannot wait.
Got a foul away from the ball. Edney about to come back into the ball game. Must have heard you.
I'm very quiet. They can't hear me across. You didn't hear me across the court?
They read your lips.
Jimmy Herrick and also Lute Olson tonight agreed to play in the Jimmy V golf outing August 25th and 27th to raise some money for cancer research for the Jimmy V Fund.
Zedek back into the ball game. Chris Johnson will leave. Limited minutes for him.
Chris really missed so much time earlier this year. scorer, but he can't pass the basketball. Gets a little frustrated, being the competitor he is.
Is on the line. UCLA ball. They lead by 3. 10:50 remaining in the ballgame.
See, right now, you got the speed of Edney. They got Geary checking him. Geary's the kind of guy that can guard little people, big people.
But he's still playing on about a leg and a half.
Yeah, he's definitely limping, as you can see him right here.
Little errant pass. Here comes Cameron Dollar. Race to the basket with O's. And O's got it.
Bob Garibaldi with the call. Garibaldi used to pitch for the Giants.
One of the early bonus babies.
Yeah, he was an early bonus baby. The big fella with the zebra shirt on. One of the all zebras. There's the penetration by Geary. Kicks it out. There's Dollar. Steps right in the lane. See, Geary was up in the air. Once you're up in the air, you have no shot. Now we're going to see O's with the foul. There he is, the grab. He wants the intentional Cameron Dollar. His dad, a coach, lost the starting job to J.R. Henderson.
Dollar's at the line, shooting 2.
So O's has picked up his 4th foul, and he'll take a seat alongside the coach.
That's really big with Ray O's on that sideline. Experience galore. He's been really rebounding well, averaging about 9 rebounds a game this year.
5-point lead now for UCLA.
Start to get to some really serious possessions where you can't afford not to come back with a score.
Double high post for the Wildcats.
Blair wants to set a screen for him. Zito will step out on that screen. Look opposite.
Did everything but finish it.
Yeah, he started to drift a little too soon. Didn't stay with the shot.
Edney like a pinball.
I think he's so tough to stop. Well, both guys are. Edney likes to finish a little bit more in the drive, where Stoudemire likes to pull up and shoot the jumper.
Well, a reminder coming up. Sunday the 22nd.
The Kings had a phenomenal recruiting year this year in football. They're signing some great players.
That's redundant.
Well, no, see, the last couple of years, they really have not done the kind of recruiting that they've done in the past. They just spoil people, too. That's another, you talk about a tough job. It's like coaching football in one day.
That's true.
Edney has been really a standout tonight. Just don't look at his point production. Look how he's really harassed Stoudemire all night defensively, and some of the good, solid decisions he made with the ball in his hand. I ran it back court, cut Stoudemire. Great movement without the ball. Great movement without the ball. You young people out there, learn to move without the basketball. The toughest guy to defend. What a backdoor cut.
Edney behind the screen.
Nice pass. Make the extra pass.
Behind the back. O'Bannon finishes big time.
What a great look by Cameron Dollar. Under control, the little dump down. You make the extra pass, good things happen.
You know, you're talking about the numbers for Tyus Edney. He might not quite have the numbers. Ben Davis is hammered.
I'll tell you, he's a big-time glass eater, Barry. He just loves getting out of glass, Ben Davis.
Edney's line so far in the ballgame, he's got 12 points, 4 assists, 6 boards.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
6 boards.
6 boards.
But what about his defensive job as well? I mean, he's only checking a guy that's the best point guard in the United States.
Well, these two always seem to play evenly. This is the 7th time in their collegiate careers they've faced up with one another.
You talk about great point guards. You got to throw in the name Travis Bessie.
Yes.
Allen Iverson ultimately gets a little better understanding what a good shot is, certainly being that category. You throw in Randy Livingston if he's healthy down at LSU. I mean, there are a lot of good point guards in America. I love the backcourt play at Connecticut. When you look at their backcourt, I think it's their maturity and experience that's made them unblemished right now as a basketball team. And the development of Travis Knight as well. Jimmy Calhoun doing a phenomenal job.
Wildcats struggling tonight, but they run down a long rebound off the missed free throw.
They're a little scared right now because Stoudemire is struggling shooting the ball. If he puts it down, they'll get a big lift.
Missed badly off the right side. But I think they call that UCLA ball. That's a surprise.
Right in front of the Arizona bench. There are many colleges that have dominated on their home turf like this club here. Lute Olson told me, he said, if you win 9 at home and steal maybe 5 on the road, you can win the league.
Oh, absolutely. I think 5 on the road is generous.
And 14 in this league will win it this year.
Ed O'Bannon missed us off the right side.
UCLA with a tough road trip from here. They have Arizona State.
Williams spots up for 3.
Wide open. See how the scouting report tells you he's a three-point shooter. UCLA's got to know that, and they're going to attack him defensively.
He has been the catalyst for Arizona if there really is one in this ballgame.
You have to know strengths and weaknesses of your people you're playing. Got to study those scouting reports, and the coaches do a great job breaking it down, but it's up to the people who execute.
Charles O'Bannon didn't square up.
Oh, look at that shake and bake to create some numbers. Amazing.
Dickinson open for 3, missed it.
When Stoudemire plays at the next level, and he's kicking it to open shooters that can really knock that shot down, he is going to be sensational. And you're not going to be able to give the kind of help that you can give on him here.
Cameron Dollar missed everything. Bad shot.
Not a good shot. You look at his numbers and you know it. Shoots about 30%. Oh, great look.
Could be better. Didn't finish.
Got to convert there, Barry. You got to convert in that situation. Stoudemire does everything to get you a layup. You got to put that down. Smart by Edney. Throw the ball back out. Settle down. Smart play right there by Dollar. Give it to Edney.
Big possession right here, I think, for both teams. Fall away hook won't go. But they'll get another try.
Some of the shot selection really is questionable.
Edney got in the air. That was accidental.
And he just makes everything happen when he starts to break the defense down. When you become a defensive stripper and you take the ball to the goal and you can beat people, oh, there's the foul. You grab the arm. Dickerson with the grab. He did a great job on Deion Cross, they told me, in that Stanford game. Second half. Stanford had a chance to win at a regulation. Cross with a jumper, and then one of the big fellows, Lamberson.
Lamberson had a gimme just straight up right at the basket.
Would have been all over.
And Brevin Knight fouled out just about 15 seconds into the overtime, and for all intent, the game was over. But again, it just speaks to the caliber of competition in the Pac-10 this year.
There's Lute Olson coaching on that sideline. Pac-10 has really had some great point guards over the years with Gary Payton, Jason Kidd.
Yeah, recent years, and a couple pretty good ones we're watching tonight. 54-49, Bruins.
So explosive. Takes the ball to the goal. Now kicks it out. Corey Williams spots up to the three-point line. Nobody rotates on Williams. Wide open. Wasn't it interesting that Jimmy Herrick told us, as Stoudemire having a bad night shooting 6 for 17, he said, we want to make him go to the left.
It really is interesting, seeing as he's a left-hander.
He said he really has to turn his body and really square, and he has a tougher time shooting the jumper going to the left than he does to the right.
He said he had 71 points. We're talking about a 71-point production in last weekend's double dip at Cal and Stanford. Said only 2 of his shots were going to the right. We're going to the left, I beg your pardon.
He's drifting on his shot a little bit, not squaring his body. But you know, 6 for 18, a lot of that is also created by the harassment of Tyus Edney. Tyus also harassed him last year to 4 for 14 over at UCLA, Paulie Pavilion, when they won by 6 or 8, 74-66.
Edney just out-dashed Stoudemire to that loose ball. Why not? O'Bannon for 3.
What a big 3.
That's a 2.
Yeah, just missed behind the line.
Ed O'Bannon with a typical Ed O'Bannon game. 20 points, 9 rebounds. Ray O is missing. But Corey Williams gives his team a second shot. Gary can't shoot. I'm absolutely convinced of that. He cannot jump. Oh,
big basket inside by Ray O's. Excellent post player. Got good back to the basket moves. Nice touch on the glass. He's playing with 4 fouls. See, tough for him right now to check O'Bannon. I'd go right at him. I'd get the ball to O'Bannon. I'd bring it to Ed O'Bannon and let him take him one-on-one. Clear out and get an isolation. Go to O'Bannon.
Instead, Edney.
He He said, I don't have to go to O'Bannon. I'm going to knock down the little jumper.
7-point lead. Wildcats just cannot get it inside of 4 or 5.
You expect that run by Arizona, but UCLA just not making it happen. Doing a good job defensively.
Grab on Zedek.
Number 25.
Now you come down to the wire. When you get down to crunch time and winning time, it's important. You're on the road that your key players, your key options have to shoot the basketball. Ed O'Bannon, ISND, the players have to understand that.
I think that's really the big difference in talking with Jim Herrick earlier with this UCLA team is the senior leadership. And the senior leadership is Tyus Edney and Ed O'Bannon.
They really have to show a lot of character. Tubby Smith put the hurt on them last year at Tulsa. Really blew them away in the NCAA tournament in the first round. But they got to really maybe learn a little bit from what happened to Arizona after losing to East Tennessee State and Santa Clara. They regrouped. They didn't cry about it. They regrouped. Got a lot of criticism in the media, but came back strong and went to the final.
O's can't convert at the free throw line. And it remains a 7-point ball game.
Now they need a big defensive stop. And if you're UCLA, you want to use some time. You want to really stretch it out. You want to play a little two-man game. Play a little two-man game. Edney and O'Bannon. O's got 4 fouls. If I'm O'Bannon, I'm going to be active and want the ball.
O'Bannon, tough shot. Won't go. Rebound Joseph Blair.
See, that's where O'Bannon, I think, would have been better to go inside and post. He's a very quick post player as well. Stoudemire's got to make some shots now. He's got to really step it up and knock some down.
O's in traffic is hammered from behind by Charles O'Bannon. Got him with the body.
Foul on UCLA, number 13.
UCLA likes to converge on the ball when it goes down to the post. There's the entry. Now 3 people come down. They try to form that triple team. Well, that sits on me.
He was saying jump ball, I think is what he was saying. He's got that designer Band-Aid on him. You notice that?
Designer Band-Aid.
Rayo's just 1 of 3 at the free throw line tonight.
You keep waiting for that spurt. You keep waiting to think that Stoudemire is going to break loose. Getting down to 4:26, and it's nervous time right now for Mr. Olsen.
Yeah, and to UCLA's credit, they've just not let Arizona get that run.
That's because they've been able to contain and control Damon Stoudemire.
And we credit the guy with the ball for a lot of that.
Exactly. Here's where Damon's got to put a defensive stop on Edney. And if I'm UCLA again, I use a lot of time and I play two-man basketball. Rayo's playing hard, even though he has 4 fouls. I drop it down into O'Bannon right there. Now I'll take it.
Toby Bailey, the penetration, and a follow by Zedek.
Zedek hanging around the basket. Good offensive rebound in position. Big Zedek.
Only 4 points for George, but none bigger than those 2. O's in the lane.
O's becoming every option. He's the guy they're going to. UCLA really now doing a good job with tempo. Stretching it out. Using some clock. That's good ball movement. Pass, go away, get some motion. They're executing a heck of a lot better now in their offensive set here late in the game.
Zedek, the hook, won't go. Rebound, Toby Bailey up over the top. 10th rebound of the ball game for Bailey, and they get another chance. Edney off foul on spinner off the glass, won't go.
Not a good shot by Tyus Edney. He's too smart to make that kind of play. Too important right there, that possession.
3:15 remaining in the ball game. Arizona running out of time. Bruins by 7. Thinking that too.
Oh yeah, that's really not a heady play right here. You want to use some time. I mean, that shot you saved for the playground, for the game of horse. Jimmy Herod, Steve Lavin, Lorenzo Romar, all of them really frustrated and upset. Coach Gottfried as well. Said, Tyus, you know better. You're our leader. You're our catalyst.
So again, Arizona just can't afford too many empty possessions.
They got to get it to Stoudemire. He's got a think shot now. He can't be bashful because he's been missing. He's got to go shoot the basketball.
Came around and Blair's screen had no problems. Williams calling it in.
Good rebound by Corey Williams. You got to live and die with Damon Stoudemire. He's your horse. He's your guy.
But right now, the guy they're riding is Corey Williams.
If you're UCLA, time. Got to use some time. Don't be tentative, but you got to use time and you got to get the right shot. And the right shot means Ed O'Bannon or Zedek down posted.
But if the truth be told, this is a team that is just not comfortable in the half court.
You can't tell Bailey to be shy. I'll tell you one thing, he'll find a way to get a shot off, Barry.
He is offense, and he's really been a contributor tonight. Just a reminder, the basketball here on ESPN doesn't stop with us. No, sir, another battle in the Pac-10 Conference. In football, it's the big game. Well, tonight, in basketball, it's the big game. And Harmon Gym, 21st ranked Stanford playing California. California's struggling a bit. They've lost 4 or 5. Harmon can be tough. It is tough for everybody, except Lute Olson, the Arizona Wildcats. They've won 4 out of 5 up there.
I'll tell you what's great that they went on a trip to the Bay Area and came back with 2 W's. That's why tonight's game was really big, winning on our own home turf. As O's fouled out of the game, 14 points, 5 rebounds, became really active the last 5 minutes. He was their option on the inside.
Toby Bailey, we talk about what a force he's been tonight. 7 points and 10 rebounds. He's been all around the ball.
And very active, just active, and that's why he's got 10 rebounds. When you get into the glass, you're playing aggressive basketball. I think eventually he'll be their starting guard.
So once again, Arizona just having all kinds of problems getting back-to-back baskets.
Converting on a free throw line, really big for UCLA late in the game.
Stoudemire, tough shot, drew the foul.
Pete Edney played for George Raveling on a good World's Games team.
Foul is on the goal, number 5, Cameron Dollar, his 4th personal.
Colorado State winner over BYU tonight. Good win for them. It's the battle of the bottom, Washington and Oregon State. Oregon playing at Washington State. That'll be a real test for the Ducks tonight.
Yeah, trying to get one on the road. That's going to be tough down there.
Washington State, of course, on the first weekend of Pac-10 play, beat California and Stanford up there.
Talk about All-Americans. You got to certainly have Damon Stoudemire at the head of the class, I believe, when you talk to point guard slot. Even though Travis Best certainly outstanding, Tyus Edney. Now you got to go some full court pressure.
And again, we talked about how difficult it is to press UCLA when Tyus Edney has his hands on the ball.
It's really good. It's on the team's list.
George Diedick about a 3.75.
Wow. I had that in 4 years. There's the trap. They get the ball out of Edney's hands. Playing really like 3 guards right now, Barry, doing a 3-guard set. Bailey.
They got all pretty good free throw shooters in there, too, due to the Bruins.
Well, they shoot pretty good as a team. Their 5 starters all shoot better than 70%. Show some poise.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Now 5 seconds on the shot clock.
You don't want to foul right here. You don't want to foul right here. You don't want to foul right there. Oh!
He didn't. Offensive.
Got the offensive foul.
Foul is on number 5, Cameron Dollar.
They wanted the conversion. We're going to take a look. The clock is winding down. Cameron Dollar takes it to the goal. Joe Blair gives his body up. Definitely good call by Bob Garibaldi.
And the 5th foul on Cameron Dollar, so he will sit for the duration.
Charge definitely took place before he released the basketball.
Well, once again, it seems like Arizona's been here 1,000 times tonight, but they're back at the threshold.
Haven't been able to make that spurt. They had that one spurt in the first half, but UCLA has controlled them, has not allowed them to get the momentum. And UCLA's done a great job controlling the crowd as Charlie O'Bannon comes in the game. Super South was in a hunt. Kentucky, Rick Pitino thought he had him. Now everybody's going to hunt down there for Paul Pierce. Could be Kansas, UCLA, or Arizona from out of California.
Yeah, another Inglewood product. He's a guy who people are saying is better than Minor.
Wow.
Same high school as Harold Minor.
And Harold Minor was playing for George Raveling, UCLA, Arizona, and Southern Cal were all in the top 10 in America. All right now, making good decisions, so important. Understanding the shot clock. I think it's important now when you have minutes to understand time, to really know the strategy that should be utilized. Have an understanding of matchup, strengths and weaknesses. This is where you got to focus, you got to concentrate. This is what separates why coaches are great coaches and why guys are constantly in a winning circle.
Got to bring Reggie Geary back in the ballgame. Reggie has not sat down. He's been up in the tunnel just trying to stay on his feet. He was I mentioned earlier that he said it bothers him when he's off his ankle. Bothers him a lot more than when he's actually running around.
UCLA doing a solid job on that free throw line late here. Bailey just made 2 in a row. Bannon just knocks that one down. the Vita Club when they got the lead on you, Barry, and they're converting on a free throw line.
Arizona's really been only on the periphery all night long. Their biggest lead in the ballgame has been 4 points. Stoudemire, long three. And a long rebound, which is run down easily by Edney. That's his 9th.
Tough shooting night tonight for Damon Stoudemire. Just doesn't seem to want to go down. It's amazing. On one day, the basket looks like the Atlantic Ocean like it did the other night when he scored 45. And tonight, he just can't get it to tickle the twine.
And tonight, he's looking like a sponge tonight.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, a reminder that coming up next, we'll take you to Sports Center. The Knicks and the Rockets got it on tonight. Unprotected players in the National Football League. They had to be announced today, I believe it was, in the National Hockey League to preview the East. Lots of stuff to talk about.
Hockey's back. Hockey's back. Sports Center's going to have all those highlights starting soon. Look at them converting on that free throw line. Concerned bench right now by Arizona. Guys are not too accustomed to losing at home. 15 for 19 on the line. UCLA, but really murdered down the stretch. That's 6 in a row they've made. Tyus said he's been the winner of this battle head-to-head with Stoudemire tonight.
No question about it. He's got 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's a pretty good line against a pretty good player.
Plus the defensive effort he's done.
Gary just can't jump.
This baby looks like it's becoming academic. Got to watch the intentional foul right there. Great win. This is absolutely a great win for UCLA on the road. I don't think a lot of people thought that they would come in here and get this W over Arizona.
I didn't either. And this is, you and I have done a lot of games in here, and I've done a million games in here, and I don't remember a whipping that Arizona has taken like this one. I cannot remember one. The 3 games we talked about earlier, the most recent losses to Arkansas, California, and this UCLA team were all very close games.
You got a UCLA game. Was certainly 89-87. Then you had the game you mentioned in California, an overtime game.
And if memory serves, Arkansas was about a 5-point game.
I don't remember the score of that game.
Tyus Edney now 19 points, 9 of 11 at the line. Played great.
He's the PTP here tonight. I really mean especially defensively. Because, I mean, trying to check Stoudemire is one tough task.
Well, you know, it's particularly impressive. I did the game at Stanford, and Brevin Knight is, I'm not sure he's even a notch below these two guys, and Stoudemire had 45 on him. Stoudemire again for 3, and the struggle continues.
Yeah, his shooting percentage right now is just horrendous. I mean, it's just tough, tough, tough. I mean, he's like about 6 for about 21 or 2. I remember when he was 6 for 17, and he hasn't scored since then.
1 of 9 from the 3-point range. Joseph Blair gets 2 back, but it's a long way back, and you have to put this one in a category of virtually impossible. 30 seconds left. It is an 8-point UCLA lead.
This is evil, my friend.
Get it done, but O'Bannon, 20 points and 11 rebounds. 28% they shoot in the second half. And look at this right here. 5 for 24, and they're a 40% shooting team from 3-point range. If you just look at the 15.6 assists, you think Stoudemire had a pretty good night. He did not have a good night.
My MVP is the guy with the ball right now, despite the great performance by Ed O'Bannon. Oh, the guys we talked about, the senior leaders.
No doubt about it. MVP, I go with you. You got to give it to Tyus Edney. He started it right out of the gate. The first 2 possessions. Took the ball to the goal, didn't waste any time, converted. He's been the star of stars tonight.
Well, these two will face up against one another in Los Angeles yet another time.
Arizona certainly plays hurt, though, with Reggie Geary. There's no way that Reggie Geary was the kind of player that I know he can be. He didn't score any points, and he even struggled defensively because of his ankle. This is going to be a year. It's going to be really interesting for UCLA because you know and I know, Barry, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them when they enter that tournament to be able to be successful with 4 starters returning, some help from the bench, with a lot of good freshmen. The LA talk shows, believe me, will be filled up with all kinds of noise if they were to lose in the first round or 2.
It's just not fair. Jim Herrick gets much more abuse than he deserves.
I spoke to Jimmy Calhoun yesterday. An interesting point, and it certainly relates to Jimmy Herrick. They were 29-5 last year, 16-2. And he said, you know, Dick, what I had to hear all summer, what happened against Florida. I mean, here it is. They get beat to a team goes to the Final Four in the Sweet 16. I remember, I think it was about 2 years ago, Kansas had a great year. Won the Big 8, had a super year. They lost to Texas El Paso. All Roy Williams had to hear was what happened against Texas El Paso. But that's the mentality that has now creeped down to the collegiate level, is what do you do in a postseason? It's just like the NBA now.
Yeah, I talked to Jimmy when the team won its first 6 games. I talked to Jimmy and I said, how's it going down here? He said, well, they're in remission.
It's just like in Seattle in the NBA, 63-19, but they got beaten in playoffs right away. And
that's all I remember.
This year.
Follow by Reggie Gary. That's his first 2 points of the ball game, believe it or not.
Maybe academic. Put it away with style and grace. There it goes. Charlie Mann.
That's a huge win.
Celebrations. I'm not only my good sponsorship. Don't get carried away, guys.
It's an excellent win for Jim Eric. He's inwardly smiling, I promise.
I'll tell you, he told you and me today, he was confident. He believed his kids can win here. You know, most of the time you talk to coaches, they tell you how impossible it is.
71-61, UCLA.